Okay, so what do you guys think about climate change? Usfa, you can go first.
Climate change. I think climate change is like seriously so overrated of an issue, and I think it takes away like attention from more important issues. I think people who believe in climate change are just like, I think they're so delusioned, and like they need to understand that if the ice caps are melting, if the sea levels are rising, it means that there's more water in the world for us.
Okay, Ariba, what do you think?
I think climate change is a very real problem. The, it's global warming on the rise, and people are losing so much, and our soil is becoming infertile, and so many places are getting so much more difficult to inhabit. And we're losing our forests, we're losing our wildlife. It's really sad.
Why are environment problems so hard to solve? Firstly, because the science of the environment is extremely complex. Moreover, there are many stakeholders involved in both the causes and the solutions to environment problems. Organizing all these stakeholders to act in a coordinated manner would be very difficult. And lastly, solving the problems of the environment will require drastic changes in our own lifestyles. As the population of the world grows, the demand for natural resources also increases, and the main concern is that we shall exceed the resources of the planet. However, the important point to note is that the fundamental issue is not population control, but proper allocation of resources that already exist. Food shortages occur because of variations in land productivity, because of problems in food distribution, poverty, and because of market failure. Problems of inequality and existing power struggles also affect the access to resources. Population growth has a direct impact on the environment. The impact can be seen in the form of land use change, urbanization, pollution of water, seas, and landscapes. In most cases, the impact is less visible, such as pollution and atmospheric composition. The impact of population on the environment is determined by the size of the population, its affluence, and the type of technologies being used.
What impact do you think nuclear weapons have on the environment?
Well, as far as nuclear weapons are concerned, if I were to hazard an opinion, I would much rather have them not exist. But if you really have to bear the scourge, then you have to bear the costs and hazards it imposes on all of us. As far as the climate is concerned, the very existence of nuclear weapons threatens it on many fronts: the atmospheric front, the hydrological front, and obviously the acidity of the soil itself gets affected. It has direct impacts on agriculture, it has direct impacts on the economy, and it has direct impacts on the lives of people generally. So yes, they shouldn't exist, and global zero for the win.
As we study environmental problems on a global scale, we need to step back from our particular cultural viewpoint to consider other points of views and priorities. Taking together environment and culture alongside with science and risk, we have realized that environmental issues are just not scientific issues based on global ecology. They are also political and social issues framed by our cultural filters, aspirations for quality of life, and the environment in which we live. We need to accept that there are many ways of valuing the environment and philosophies concerning how we as humans should interact with the environment. The interpretation of environmental science by non scientists and its translation into effective policy and decision making is important in influencing how we react to global environmental issues. The aim is to provide a geographical perspective on environmental problems which are currently of global concern. Each global environment issue is interconnected. Any attempt to resolve global environmental issues and work towards sustainable development will need to take into consideration the interrelationships between global environmental issues and the ramifications of changes in one issue on all the others. Achieving sustainable development will require management of natural resources underpinned by good biophysical science alongside actions that confront social, political, and economical issues, as well as technological changes.
And finally, new rule tomorrow in honor of Earth Day. Everyone has to shut up about Mars. Shut up about Mars and how cool it would be to live there and start over someplace new. This is a dangerous idea that our culture is already too taken with, that we can keep on trashing Earth because we got Mars. This fun, new happening spot. Come on, Bill, don't be a stick in the solar system. Red is the new green. Here's a crazy idea. If we're going to take up the challenge to overhaul a planet, let's do this one. Stop looking for the Goldilocks planet. This is it. Mars doesn't have cool breezes or trees or mangoes or butterflies. There's no kale for liberals. No opioids for conservatives. There's no waterfalls, no hot springs, no rainforests, no rainbows. In the greatest song ever about the environment, Don Henley sang, "There is no more new frontier. We have got to make it here."